Twosun TS 216. Jelly Jerry design, D2 steel, about 3.2 inches on the blade. Pretty short, compact knife. And it's got a lot going on. It's got a lot to really stand out in the Twosun lineup. And it's also got some things that I don't love about it. And I'm going to share all that with you. So like I mentioned, Jelly Jerry design. Super cool tip to get nice and thin out in front. Overall, pretty thick blade stock. So I'm glad that they did that up at the edge. I'm going to try to show you that there is some micro milling on there. Not the texture is super light. I mean, honestly, it's more for looks than for tactile feel. You barely feel it, but it looks cool. You know they took a lot of time in the CNC machine to do it. Carbon fiber inlays look and feel nice. Seems really good. One of my absolute favorite things is this pocket clip. It looks a lot like a Spyderco clip, but they went full on deep carry. And the way that they've got it connected in here, you're not going to be able to see it unless I take off the scale, but there is a little L shape on the left side so that it won't pull out at all. When you're taking the knife apart, it's really easy to get out of there, but I mean, I'm pushing hard and it's not coming out. Really good design. Sits really nice in the pocket. I've always loved wire pocket clips. Super smooth. Twosuns take a second to break in. I did have to oil and lube this and clean out the China gunk. But once they settle in, they're really smooth. Now I mentioned there's some unique stuff about this knife, and one of them is this thumb stud. You can see it's one side only, and it is big. Makes it really easy to flick the knife out, but it actually sticks out past the scale. Sometimes it feels a little bit weird in the pocket. See, I have my finger on that lock bar just a little bit there, and that's what I love about these inlays right here. Kind of makes it like a bolster lock where you can have your fingers and still flick it out. But that time I messed up. Obviously no middle finger flick on this one because the stud's only on one side. Pivot collars on both sides. All right, now let's talk about something that I don't love about this knife. And I've heard some other people talk about it too, but it really, it becomes an issue. And that is the lack of any cutout on this lock bar right here. On the pro side, wow, is it easy to get in there and close a knife. But let's just compare it to how some traditional knives look. On this Kaiser, the way that they both are relieved there for your fingers makes it much more ergonomic. This is just a Sativian knife, but same principle. Now the Twosun. You can see that this part is not relieved at all. And it does not take long before this part of your finger gets very fatigued and uncomfortable right here. I wish there was a happy medium where they found a way to let you get to that lock bar nice and easy and not have it stick out quite so much. But this is the one major con for me about this knife is it's great to have in the pocket. It's thin, it's light, it looks nice, it looks expensive. But you use it for any period of time, you use it for anything remotely hard use. Like I spent 5 minutes cutting up cardboard with this thing and my finger was absolutely hating this part. So it's more of a looker than a user, but boy does it look nice. And I want to say $80-ish, $70, $80-ish on White Mountain. You could probably get them cheaper on eBay, but then you're gonna have to wait for it to be shipped to you. Cool backspacer. Good way of doing a lanyard. I'm not a lanyard guy, but if you're going to, that's a good way to do it. I do wish there was a little bit of jimping right there. I'm a jimping guy. Not everyone is. Yeah. But I could really use some right here. Standard Twosun logo. I think I mentioned D2 steel. I believe there are other versions where it's got Sandvik steel. I was just looking at this screw right here. I was wondering, hey, maybe that thumb stub is swappable, but that is not going to work because if the thumb stud was on this side, it would not close. So that's your Twosun TS 216. Cool knife. Don't plan on using it hard, but you can probably tell from the looks of it, it doesn't look like a hard use knife. It's a pretty small knife. That wire pocket clip really saves it though. Love that clip. Everything great about a Spyderco clip, but then more because it's deep carry. All right, hope everyone has a good night.